23 minutes ago, Dylan, Wang and Shen Yue caught together again. Fans say this is finally it. The internet is on fire. Dylan and Shen Yue back together? It happened on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, when most fans were scrolling lazily through their feeds, until one grainy photo changed everything. Within minutes, it was trending worldwide. Dylan, Wang and Shen Yue, together. Again. Not on a red carpet. Not on a drama set. But in real life, away from flashing lights, at a place no one expected. And this time, the internet isn't just curious. It's in full-blown meltdown. The photo that started it all. The image wasn't high definition. In fact, it was slightly blurred, as though taken in a rush. But what it captured was enough to set the fandom ablaze. Dylan Wang standing beside Shen Yue at a secluded riverside cafe in Hangzhou. No stylists. No glam squads. Just two people, sitting close, sharing a moment. Dylan wore a simple black hoodie and cap, while Shen Yue looked effortlessly soft in an oversized beige sweater, the kind she always wore when she wanted to disappear from the world. But the detail that had fans losing their minds? Dylan's hand on Shen Yue's shoulder. Not in a casual, friendly way. In a way that whispered comfort. Protection. And maybe, something more. After everything, why now? The timing couldn't be more explosive. It's only been 3 weeks since Shen Yue dropped the pregnancy bombshell that shattered the internet. Yes. I'm pregnant. And it's his. Those 5 words became the headline of the decade. Fans took sides. Teams were formed. #Stand by you versus #Dylan deserves forgiveness versus #justice for Bailu. Because let's not forget the other name wrapped around this love triangle like fire, Bailu. 4 months, speculation swirled about Dylan's unresolved feelings for Bailu. Every sidelong glance, every cryptic post, every red carpet interaction became fuel for theories that his heart had never truly left her. So when Dylan walked out of couples therapy with Shen Yue and was spotted near Bailu's residence the same night, fans were ready to declare the marriage over. Then came the baby news. And now, this. The secret cafe meeting. According to eyewitnesses, Dylan and Shen Yue arrived at the Riverside Cafe separately. Shen Yue was the first to appear, escorted by a single female assistant. She sat by the window, ordered chamomile tea, and stared at the river for nearly 20 minutes. Then Dylan walked in. No entourage. No cameras. Just him. He looked nervous, said a barista who later spoke anonymously. Like he wasn't sure if she'd even let him sit down. But she did. And when he did, the entire mood changed. They talked quietly for a long time, the barista continued. At one point, she was crying. Not loud, just tears rolling down her cheeks. And he reached across the table and wiped one away. The witness swore there was no kiss, no dramatic PDA. But the intimacy? It was undeniable. They left together. Side by side. And when she tripped on the last step outside, he caught her. Just held her there for a second, like he couldn't let go. What does this mean for Bailu? Here's where the plot thickens. Insiders claim Bailu had no idea about this meeting. In fact, she's currently filming in Chengdu, miles away from Hangzhou. But that hasn't stopped fans from dragging her name into the trending storm. Some accuse Dylan of stringing both women along, while others insist this is proof that his heart never left Shen Yue, pregnancy or not. Maybe this baby made him realize what really matters, one fan tweeted. Or maybe he's just scared of losing his image, another fired back. But then, out of nowhere, Bailu broke her silence, with a cryptic Instagram story just an hour after the photo went viral. A black screen. 5 words in white text. Sometimes love isn't enough. Coincidence? Or a quiet goodbye? The internet reacts, fans are divided. Twitter, Weibo, Instagram, all on fire. Here are just a few reactions flooding the internet right now. If this is real, I'm crying. They're endgame. Always have been. Poor Bailu. First the baby news, now this? She deserves better. Dylan, if you hurt Shen Yue again, we riot. What if they were just talking about the baby? You'll need to chill. But the most viral tweet? A side-by-side collage of the cafe photo and an old still from Meteor Garden, the drama that made Dylan and Shen Yue household names. Caption: from on-screen soulmates to real-life headlines. Who saw this coming? It already has 1.3 million likes and counting. What happened after they left the cafe? Here's where things get really interesting. According to a source close to Dylan's team, he booked a private villa on the outskirts of Hangzhou for the next 48 hours. Shen Yue's car was allegedly seen pulling into the same gated property shortly after their cafe meeting. Did they go there together? Did they talk things through? Are they reconciling, or just co-parenting? No one knows for sure. But fans think they found a clue. Late last night, Dylan posted a photo on his Instagram story. A single paper lantern floating over a dark river. No caption. But Shen Yue posted the same lantern from a different angle just 10 minutes later. 2 posts. 1 lantern. 1 message. They were together. Inside sources spill, a new beginning or false hope. We reached out to an insider who claims to have spoken with someone from Shen Yue's circle. The response was short but telling. She's not making decisions for the media anymore. This is about her, the baby, and what feels right. As for Dylan, his team refused to comment, which only adds fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, industry whispers suggest this isn't just a random reunion. Some say Dylan is pushing hard for reconciliation, not just for the child, but because he finally realized he can't live without her. But where does that leave Bai Lu? Heartbroken, says a stylist who recently worked with her. But she's putting on a brave face. She told us, if he chooses her, let him. I'm done fighting ghosts. Fans are calling it, this is finally it. The hashtag #ThisIsFinallyIt has taken over the internet, with fans declaring this the official Dylan Shen Yue reunion. Some are already planning online celebrations, while others are bracing for more drama. Because if history has taught us anything, it's this. When it comes to Dylan Wang, Shen Yue, and Bai Lu, nothing is ever simple. The last scene, one more photo leaks. Just when fans thought the storm couldn't get wilder, another photo leaked this morning. Shen Yue, standing in front of Dylan's car, head tilted back, laughing like the world didn't matter. Dylan, leaning against the hood, staring at her with a look that could write 1,000 love songs. And behind them? A small paper bag from a baby boutique. No caption. No context. Just a picture worth more than words. What's next? Will Dylan and Shen Yue officially confirm their reunion? Will Bai Lu speak her truth? And how will this love triangle end now that a child is involved? One thing's for sure, the world is watching. And waiting. The Riverside Cafe meeting was just the beginning. What came next was something no one expected, not even Shen Yue. When Dylan helped her into the car after their emotional conversation, the air between them was heavy with words unspoken. She didn't ask where they were going. She didn't care. All she knew was that for the first time in weeks, he was there, physically present, eyes fixed on her like she mattered. Minutes turned into an hour, and then the car pulled up in front of a secluded villa surrounded by trees and glowing lanterns. Where are we? Shen Yue whispered, looking out the tinted window. Somewhere private, Dylan said softly. Just for us. Behind closed doors. The villa was warm and quiet, bathed in the golden glow of vintage lamps. It felt like stepping into another world, one where scandals, fans, and paparazzi didn't exist. For the first time in months, they were alone. Shen Yue stood in the living room, her coat slipping from her shoulders, revealing the gentle curve of her baby bump. Dylan's eyes fell on it, and something inside him shattered. You should have told me sooner, he said finally, his voice breaking. You should have stayed, she replied, tears glistening in her eyes. You think this was easy for me? Carrying your child while the whole world questioned us, while you were out there with her? Don't, Dylan said, stepping closer. Don't turn this into something it's not. I wasn't with Bai Lu because I wanted her back. I went to her because I was falling apart, and I didn't want you to see me like that. Then why didn't you come back to me? Shen Yue shot back. Why was it so easy for you to walk out that door and leave me bleeding in pieces? The words hung in the air like glass about to shatter. The hug that broke the internet. She turned away, gripping the edge of the couch for support as sobs racked her body. Dylan froze, then moved. In 2 strides, he was behind her, arms sliding around her waist, pulling her against his chest. "Because I didn't think I deserved you," he whispered into her hair. "Not then. Not after everything I did." For a moment, she let herself melt into him. For a moment, she let herself remember what it felt like to belong to him, fully, completely, without fear. And then, just as quickly, she pulled away. "You can't just hold me and expect everything to disappear," she said, wiping her tears. "This isn't a drama scene, Dylan. This is my life. Our baby's life. Dinner for 2, or a war waiting to happen." He didn't argue. Instead, he disappeared into the kitchen. Minutes later, he returned with a tray, warm soup, steamed buns, her favorite comfort food. "Eat," he said simply. She stared at the tray. "You remembered." "I never forgot," he said. As they ate in silence, Dylan's phone buzzed on the table. A name flashed on the screen. "Bai Lu." Shen Yue's heart clenched. "Answer it," she said coldly. He didn't move. "I said answer it," she repeated, her voice sharp as broken glass. Dylan picked up the phone and turned it off without saying a word. "She doesn't matter," he said. Shen Yue looked him dead in the eye. "Then why does she keep calling?" Flashback, the night everything fell apart. In that moment, Shen Yue couldn't stop the memory flooding back, the night he walked out of therapy. The way he slammed the door. The way she screamed after him, voice cracking, begging him not to leave. She remembered collapsing on the floor, clutching her stomach, whispering to the tiny life inside her, "It's okay, baby. Mama's here." Even if he's not. The memory burned like acid. The lantern scene, a silent promise. Later that night, Dylan asked her to step outside. The villa opened into a wide deck overlooking a river. A single lantern floated on the water, its light dancing in the dark. "I used to dream of this," Dylan said, holding another lantern in his hands. "Just us. No cameras. No scripts. Just real." He handed her the lantern. "Make a wish." Shen Yue stared at the glowing paper. Her fingers trembled. "I wish," she began, voice cracking, "that this child never feels what I felt tonight." Dylan swallowed hard, his eyes glistening. Together, they released the lantern, watching it drift into the night sky, a fragile promise carried by the wind. The call that changes everything. Just when the silence between them began to feel almost safe, Dylan's phone buzzed again. This time, he didn't touch it. But Shen Yue saw the name flash again. "Bai Lu." Shen Yue's chest tightened like a fist. She turned, her face pale but fierce. "I can't do this," she whispered. "Not if she's still part of you." "She isn't," Dylan said desperately. "Not like that. Not anymore." "Then prove it," Shen Yue said, her voice steady despite the tears in her eyes. "Prove that this isn't just guilt. That you're not here because you feel trapped." He stepped forward, cupping her face with trembling hands. "I'm here because even after all the chaos, all the mistakes, I still look at you and see my forever." She stared at him, searching for a lie, and finding none. What happened next? According to the latest leaks, Dylan and Shen Yue spent the night at the villa. Not in the way tabloids would twist it, but in a way that felt like the beginning of something new. Dylan was seen leaving early the next morning to buy prenatal vitamins and a basket of fresh fruit. Shen Yue stayed behind, resting, her assistant later confirming she was safe and calm. But the biggest shock? Dylan posted another story hours later, not of a lantern this time, but of a tiny pair of white baby shoes sitting on a wooden table. No caption. No explanation. Just a message clear as day. He's staying.